We're going to talk about another handy feature on designing in AutoCAD 3D here. So up to this point, I've shown you how you can do like blocks, for example, and give them exact sizes. So a 5-inch block, tab over by 1.5 wide and by 2.5 tall. We did something like that where you can make these shapes. Another handy way that you can make customized or specialty shapes is by drawing the outline of them and then actually doing an extrude or press pull type command. And so I want to show you here, if I were to, let's say, come up here and use my 2D draw features, so a regular line, and I were to simply lock in my ortho, which is F8 on the keyboard, and I made that line 5 inches by 1.5 inches, 5 back, and close it out. I can now come over here, and there's an extrude command and there's a press pull command, and these have different features depending on what you want to do. I generally recommend using the press pull commands because it presses or pulls bounded areas, and it works a little bit different than just the simple extrude command. But I can come over here and I can press pull this region, and now I can make this into a three-dimensional solid. So let's say I want to go 2.5 inches high, and there is my shape right there. If I were to move this over, well, let me turn that off. Okay. Notice my 2D lines are still left there, and my 3D shape is now a 3D solid. And I can see it's a 3D solid, especially if I change the view. I can see that it's not a hollow box. You need to be careful and make sure that you eliminate the lines when you don't need them anymore. Okay? So let me erase this box and let me show you another feature that you can do. You could also come in here and let's say, for example, you could do a, let's say we want to do a circle right in the center of this. Just like we did in 2D AutoCAD, you could find the middle point between there. You could draw you a circle in, snapping to that midpoint. Let's say it's a diameter of 1/2 inch, so 0.5. I'm going to erase out this line because I don't need it. That was just a location point. And I have this 2D flat box with a hole in it. If I do my press pull now, I can press pull this up, let's say 2.5 inches high. And now I can do, this is a solid block with a hole cut out. Okay? This becomes a really neat feature if you get into complex designs. Let me undo this. So let's say, for example, we wanted more of a complex design with, let's give it a filleted edge. Where's my fillet command? I'm blind. Okay, there we go. So we'll set the radius, R for radius, and let's say it's a 1/4 inch. And we could do a radius edge here and over here. And we could do some sort of line cutout, let's say midpoint to the quadrant and quadrant to midpoint here. And so let's say we're going to trim these line segments out here, here, and here. We could do something in a 2D flat pattern, and then we could come in here and we could press pull this up into a 3D solid. And once again, it makes them into that 3D solid figure. So it can do a really quick and easy, if it's kind of a basic shape, where you could press pull it. Notice it's working in the XY plane, so if you need this block to, let's say, lay over, you would have to use a command like a 3D rotate to rotate that around. Rotate it along the, let's say, x-axis at 90 degrees, and so now it's laying flat on there. Okay. Once again, you would need to erase out the 2D lines if you no longer need them. Sometimes it wants to throw an error or have an issue, and if you ever run into that, you can use the join command. So under draw, what is it called? Region. I just type in join on the keyboard, and it joins these together. I don't even know where the join icon is. But if you join all these together, it will make this into one solid object. So JOIN, and I select all these items, and now it selects it and makes it into one solid 2D object. Sometimes you'll run in, especially if the part's complex, when you go to press pull it, you may need to join it first. But by and large, you can draw these types of shapes in just basic 2D, and you can do the press pull into a 3D. Okay?